how's it going, right? So I haven't fully disclosed the situation of recent events, right? So here it is. Um, so excuse me. Told you all there during the elections about death threats and everything I posted on links, not going to be silenced and bullied by these bastards, right? And even after the elections, all that shit escalated. So be random things, you'd be like, and you kind of convince yourself, oh, maybe you're being paranoid, or maybe this, maybe wasn't thrown off the train with the migrant in the isolated place, even though I had a ticket. This, and this. Start to think things like, Jesus, I got the car fixed, but it's fucking feels like it's falling apart already. What's that about? Just think you're having bad luck. You just think you're having bad luck with all your tires constantly going down. A new tire goes on, and then suspiciously looks like a, and you're like, oh, just you think you're being paranoid, right? But after a while, you start to tie in with other people, and you start to go, oh, hang on a minute, it's not just happening to me. And then when things after a while when they happen quite often, I'm having an alfalfa moment. When they happen quite often, they become more like facts than possibilities, yeah? So you start to take pictures. Now, I hadn't taken pictures the first time, right, of the tyre that went down, the new tyre that went down with the strange looking in it, right? So last week alone, I started taking pictures, and last week alone, I had pictures from 2 tyres from 1 week alone, right? That was from checking in one day, found 2 tyres. So I said, right, now during all the elections and whatever, right, I'd been getting letters about the dog and this and from the council and the dog wardens and whatever. And the lady from the council I told her about the vendetta and the way people are and everything that's happened around here and whatever. She said, you're better off out of there. And a few days later, she sent me like transfer letters and everything. I'd need all the documentation and everything if I wanted to. It was the middle of the elections and I was up the wall, so I didn't even go to it, right? Well, recent events that was happening, I went back to thinking about it and said, you know what? I will never stop fighting for my country, for my children, and for what's right. But I will think about my children's safety. So if I have to think about moving, fair enough, right? So I went down to the council, and they were aware of all the shitty stuff. I had to write back a registered letter of all the stuff that had happened, blah, blah, blah. About number 10, stealing my post. I mean, God almighty, would you be any more rat baggy than to be doing that, like, been going on for years till the laddies do the thing. I hope they're mortified out of their life walking around thinking they're better than everyone the fucking rat. So I went down to the council. The 2 women I spoke to were lovely, really, really empathetic to the situation, gave me everything I would need. They did advise me that if I had it logged with the guards that I would be more likely to be approved for a transfer, right? So I explained I don't have much faith in them, but look, if it will help the situation for my kids, I could undo it. So I went down to that today, explained everything to the guard from start to finish, right? And I was in floods now going through all this, and because it's not normal stuff to be talking about, you know what I mean, that you have to patrol the place with your dog at night time, or that you're sleeping in the sit room with your dog at night time, or it's just not like, it's not fucking normal life, like, I mean, what's my crime? Fighting for my country? Oh, what a fucking cunt I am. Anyway, I went down, right, today, told him everything, start to finish, right? He was all over it. He was writing the report, absolutely, totally all over it. Saw the pictures. Oh my God, Jesus Christ, blah, blah, blah. Death threats, the whole shebang. So he's, filling out the form. I'll do that. I'll sign that, no problem. Asked me 2 or 3 times who I thought it was, and I never answered, right? Then I got to the end of it, and he says, and who do you think it is? And I said, well, I don't know, but I have a feeling it's Antifa. They're the only ones that are really going to go after me, The whole thing changed then. Whole thing changed. Dropped the pen and sat back. She could have went over a pothole. I said, are you having a fucking laugh, yeah? A pothole? I said, is that jagged edge knife mark there, like, a pothole? Right. So what about the other one? Is that a pothole too, was it? How many potholes is there? And then he says, I said, everything I've told you. I said, you honestly telling me you think that that's not suspicious at all. Well, I can't actually sign it to say it's criminal damage and this and that and whatever. I went, all right. Then he went on to say, right, this is when I flipped it then. He went on to say that, I think you're using me. I said, what would I be using you for? I think you're making it up. I said, making it up? I said, so come again. Tell me, break this down for me into your layman's terms. I think you're trying to get a house out of me. I said, out of you. I said, have you got a house for me, do you? I said, I have a house. I have a beautiful house with a beautiful garden in a beautiful part of town. Why in God's name would I come down here and want to give that up? Unless I felt I really needed to, right? I mean, you can walk off a boat or a plane, throw your passport away, and say you want asylum with your Gucci bag, yeah, and get handed safety and protection and medical care and every single thing that you want, yeah. But be a resident of this country and say anything about safety risks and danger, and you'll have to prove it. Then he wanted to know why I hadn't come down and reported all the other stuff, and I said, honestly, I said, I don't trust you. I said, when my son went through hell with severe bullying and was suicidal and self-harming, I said, you were as useless as a chocolate teapot. And I said, that all ended because of me, not because of ye. It was in spite of ye. I said, you did fuck all. And I said, on top of that, I said, I'm one of the very people that you beat the fuck out of at protests. So I said, I'm not really inclined to come to the same laddines that are wearing the badges, you know what I mean, when I'm watching you breaking your oaths all the time and not actually standing for the people when we're at protests and we're expecting you to protect us and you're standing against us. I said, why would I come to you for help? So he proceeded to tell me, we're done here. Got up, wasn't taking my thing, wasn't complete, no, not happening, don't believe you, let's go no further, blah, blah, blah. Told me to leave the station. I said, forget about it. Stood inside in the hallway and I said, I'm not leaving here until I speak to someone that's above him. This woman came out eventually. We get someone, this is just an interview. I said, fine, no problem. Waited outside. Rang that bell for 20 minutes solid and they left me standing there, right? So I am knocking on the glass, took out my phone, and I said, I'm recording. I said, if you don't let me back in there, I said, you're representatives of the people and this is an absolute disgrace. I said, while he's inside there getting to say his bit of the story, while I get to say nothing, I said, this is not fair. So eventually a man, the same woman came out, the woman from a while ago. They came in. She was actually very nice, very sympathetic to the situation too, right? So the man proceeded to tell me about how they could do this, that. And I said, no, 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 no. You've misunderstood. I want to speak to someone senior to make a complaint about him. I don't want your help. So he said, well, you can speak to GSOC if you don't like us. And I said, it's not that I don't like he. I said, I don't like the way he treated me and the things he accused me of. I said, I came in here, I said, put the safety of my children and me. And I said, he accused me of trying to look for a gaff when I already have a really, really nice one. And I said, that's degrading. And I said, it's not on. And he's supposed to be a representative of the people and a protector of the people. I said the way he carried on was wrong. Kept proceeding to tell me that your mom was telling me about how, oh no, he's just trying to tell you like that, they mightn't get caught, whatever. I said, no, no, no. He proceeded to tell me that it wasn't happening, flat out. Now 4 times your mom repeated the same thing, so I told him, if you call me stupid once more, right? He said, I didn't. I said, you did? You're trying to tell me black is white 4 times in a row. I said, and that's not what happened. And then I said, don't you downplay it either. That's what happened, right? So I said, he was negligent in his job. It's that simple. And I said, he did not tell me how it would be investigated. He told me it wouldn't be investigated and that he didn't believe me and that I was using him for a gaff when I already have one. Makes no sense. It ended anyway with me telling them that I was right to have, I should have trusted my gut and never have walked in that door, and that he proved to me that I was wrong to even come in that door. I only did it because it was supposed to advance the safety of my children, but I can see now that that's an absolutely pointless endeavour. So I said to them, yeah, thanks, but no thanks, I don't want your help. And I said, can I be totally honest with you? I said to your man, I said, people might trust you a small bit more. I said, if you weren't covering up for each other when one of you fucks up. And I said, that's what you did inside there. So your man kept shouting over me. I was like, forget about it. Just because you're wearing a badge, just because you're in a uniform does not make you superior. I said, you're the one shouting across me. And he kept shouting across me. And I said, he kept telling me that I was cutting across him. I said, no, 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 I was speaking. And I won't accept you making up lies about me. So eventually he backed off. And I said, if he actually carried on the way he was supposed to, I said, I wanted to be a guard. And the height restrictions were in then, so I couldn't. But I said, I'd be ashamed to be wearing that badge now, breaking your oath every single day. I said, standing at protests and we're expecting you to be with us and you're against us. I said, I actually don't know how you sleep at night. Anyway, I did what I was supposed to do in all these times and I did these channels. Now we'll do it my way.